Well, folks, Pat Mesiti here. It's 2:45, and I predicted it. Hate to tell you, I told you so. And people still aren't listening. People are still sticking their fingers in their ears, going la, 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 while the Reserve Bank Governor, Mr. Philip Lowe, continues to belt you. They are banksters. They want your home. They want your assets. I'm telling you, you got to get awake. But people aren't listening. They still are not listening. And you think you're going to go to a bank, refinance your mortgage, they're going to extend your mortgage longer. There is going to be another interest rate hike. Let me tell you, they just did it again today. Just remember, there is an agenda here. They want you to own nothing. Now, let me just give you some facts and figures so you don't think I'm just over here on some rant. SQM figures shows that distressed listings in New South Wales increased by 29% this year, rising from about 900 in 2022 to early 2023. The increase in Victoria was about 26%, with 837 distressed listings in May, up from 666. Nice number. Queensland had the highest amount of distressed listings with just over 2,000. 2,000. That means 2,000 people in Queensland have had to sell their homes. Now, yesterday, I spoke with one of Australia's major financial people. I'll be airing that interview at the end of the month. But tomorrow, listen to me very carefully. For those of you that are still think this is a game. You still think this is a game or some joke, or we're sticking our heads in the sand pretending this is not happening. This is not geared to curb inflation because it's not about inflation. There is a shortage of supply. Number two, 20% productivity is down. People aren't working. They don't want to work. The reason why he's hiking up the interest rates, is to stop you spending. On what? You're spending on food, you're spending on electricity because Albanese is too committed to demonic climate change, obsessed with renewables, and committed to his voice, which is meant to displace you as well. This voice is going to cause more financial pain because you're going to eventually have to pay tax on your beaches and everything that you enjoy as an Australian citizen. If I'm not right, I'll apologise later. But believe you me, that's the agenda. The agenda is to turn you into a nation of renters, into a nation that you are owned by government control. The government wants to own everything. The RBA and the government are in bed together. Now, here's the problem, what I don't hear from the Reserve Bank Governor. Well, let me tell you what he tells you to do. Firstly, go and rent a few homes out in your home or go and get an extra 2 or 3 jobs. Does he do that? He's living off what you pay him. This is a punitive man, a weasel of a man, I might add. Absolutely pathetic. And what he's doing is because we in Australia allow him to do it. We allow him. We allow them. We allow Albanese and his policies, his commitment to the World Economic Forum. Finally, Dutton comes out this week and says, stop blaming Ukraine for what's going on with energy prices. And we all know it's not about Ukraine. It's got nothing to do with Ukraine. Energy prices and gas prices got nothing to do with that. There is a shortage of supply on many sectors of the Australian economy. And one of them is people don't want to work. They don't want to work. We have a nation committed to handouts. Dole bludgers, people that are committed to Centrelink, and boy, I could get started on that, the way even some religious people milk that system. And you're wondering why they keep building you with interest rate hikes. And as I said previously, and I'll say it again, 35% of Australians have a mortgage. That means 65% do not. Now, the problem with that is If you're a renter, the bad news is you're going to get belted again because homeowners are struggling to keep their homes. They're not the bad guys. Just like those that refused the medical procedure a couple of years ago, they weren't the bad guys. The bad guys is your corrupt government. The bad guys is the corrupt banksters system. The bad people are the International Monetary Fund. The bad people are the globalists. The bad people are those that some of you vote for. Now, obviously, maybe not people in my audience, but some of your relatives that go out and vote for the Teals and everybody else. Yesterday, I had an interview with a major financial guy in this country. I'll be airing that later this month. And again, he didn't really have much answers. He said, well, people need to go and get second and third jobs. On what time? On what time? What about the emotional turmoil on that? You see, what they're doing is exactly what they did under the pandemic. Their goal is to break your spirit, and they don't care. That's the agenda. That's why I'm so angry. They want to break the Australian spirit. They want to divide Australia. They want to break Australia. They want to do what big corporations do to companies. They buy them, bankrupt them, and sell them into little pieces. That's exactly what's happening here. So you've got a mum or dad, let's just say in Blacktown or wherever. I live in Queensland, but let's just say New South Wales, Blacktown, St Mary's, whatever. They've already got a job, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Now you want them to get another job and then another job. On what time? The emotional turmoil, the physical turmoil, the mental turmoil. These people don't give two hoots about the mental health of this country. The governor of the Reserve Bank should resign. We should be marching down the street protesting that this fool of a man, feeble fool, who dares patronise us to say that, well, he feels the pain. No, you don't. You don't feel any pain. You in your eastern suburbs, whatever, multi-million dollars, you don't even have a mortgage. Now, tomorrow, for those of you that have got enough sense, because many of you don't, and that annoys me. We don't. We post up here, you go, yeah, Pat, yeah, great, but you're doing nothing for yourself financially. And you're not getting educated either. And that concerns me, because hope, wish and pray is not a financial strategy. Stick your head in the sand is not a financial strategy. Singing Kumbaya and choruses in church is not a financial strategy. Economic empowerment is what people need. And sadly, most pulpits are teaching you so-called prosperity. We'll leave that one alone, but not teaching you any economic empowerment. No way to pay off your mortgage. No way to create extra income. All they can throw at you is rent your homes out to some stranger and get an extra job or 2 or 3. Well, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. People are losing their homes. Albanese, people are losing their homes. They're losing and they're not spending. They've got nothing to spend. That pitiful increase in the median wage was only a little carrot they dangled at us and the people that are minimum wage, because it was a small anesthetic for the belting they're about to give you. They just gave you that today, and they're going to give you another one. You are about, this is the 12th, you're about to have a 13th and 14th. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. And the suffering that's going on and the silence that's out there is mind-boggling. Are people that delusional that they cannot see the hand of the banksters? Now, tomorrow, I've got a special event on, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Peter Schiff, he's a banker. People all over the world bank with him. He's going to expose the lies, the deception, the corruption that's going on in the banking sector. The bank is not your friend. Now, sadly, at this point, you've got to use them. And if you think your money's safe with them, you're kidding. You are kidding. You are kidding. Go down to a bank and try and get 10 grand out. Go and do it. See what they say. You're going to go through the Spanish Inquisition. Now, folks, this is D-Day for a lot of people. If we don't start getting a financial strategy, a financial education, if you don't start going outside the system, you will be eaten up by the system. That's the agenda. That's the plan. By 2030, you are to own nothing and you'll be happy. That's what's going on in Melbourne. That's what's going on in Queensland. That's what's going on in Sydney and New South Wales. Most of these are Labor states. And sadly, we can't blame it all on Albo. He's been around 12 months. But Morrison, who's just signed a major book deal now with a Christian publishing company, of course, they started all this when they sold us out to the globalists and the globalist agenda. That's the facts. That's the truth. This is a reality check. I don't call my things anymore a rant. This is a reality check. And for many of you sitting out there, throwing your arms up in the air, that's not going to help. Panicking's not going to help. Emotion destroys your wealth. Strategies build it. Now, if you don't want to get on tomorrow, no problem. No skin off my nose. Trust me, I don't. I'm going to continue doing what I do, helping the people that need to get help. But there is a link here in the description. There'll be a link here in the chat. I knew this was about to happen. I told you before, and I'm telling you again, it's not over. You think because not you guys out there, but people think because the WHO said, oh, you know, the pandemic is over. That was the entry point. That was the gateway. Anyway, fired me up today when I saw that. I knew it was coming. I knew yesterday it was coming. And now they're finally admitting to you, no amount of interest rate hikes is going to curb inflation. This is a shortage of supply. This is a structured attack on the soul, spirit, on the farmers, on the community, on the construction industry, and on you. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be bringing you some answers. If you want to join our program tomorrow, you need to join the link that is here in the description. And this is a time for us to really wake up, folks. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. If you'd like to be part, I'm going to be interviewing Peter Schiff. The guy is a genius, financial genius. I know it'll change your life.